Hello, my name is Gauri. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoy the video. Please show support by subscribing. Thank you. This is the general layout of Arusha Moshi. This clearly indicates to us where the two mountains are, Mount Meru and Mount Kilimanjaro. The map gives us a clear indication of the trail that we are planning to follow for the next 9 days. The Lemosho crater route being the second toughest route to Mount Kilimanjaro. Takes longer than all other 4 routes, hence more safer, allowing for better acclimatization. A spectacular view of Mount Kilimanjaro from the foothills of Meru in the Arusha National Park. Our plan was to approach Kili Summit via Lemosho Machami route, known to be the longest but most beautiful, remote and extremely rugged, with a higher success rate of summiting due to plenty of time to acclimatize. Registration office at the Landarosi gate. We first have to register our names, nationality, etc. for our own safety requirements, as well as to receive a certificate at the end of a successful climb. Most of the porters are hired at the gate. The poverty rate in Tanzania is quite high, especially around the heavy touristy areas. It was an eye-opening experience to realize how many individuals come together to make this adventure happen in the most safest and pleasant manner. Here we are taking our first stop for a quick lunch and also to get all the logistics taken care of. This is our group with an equal number of Canadians and Americans. Gideon officially was the group's assistant guide, and I was very fortunate in having him walk with me because he helped me to learn all the floras and the faunas of Mount Kili. I also like to lag behind the rushing climbers to enjoy the serenity of the mountain. Tanzania, a part of East Africa, is only a few kilometers from the equator. The intensity of the heat and brightness of sun makes for dramatic and challenging pictures. The lush greenness of the forest is an unforgettable sensation. Oh, hello there. Glad you could join me. First of the many streams to jump over. My first sighting of Mount Meru from the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro. This is the remnant of the illegal beekeeper's stock used in the collection of honey. Fire was originally used to drive bees away from their honey, which sometimes started damaging forest fires. Vegetation is slowly starting to change. Our main cook on both mountains, who whipped up some very, very delicious meals. Aye, caramba! These raised grassy patches are called elephant's feet. Camping on Shira Plateau was an open affair. Weather is definitely getting chillier, but not enough to refuse showering facility provided only by our outfitter known as Kili Warriors. The small portable toilet will be temporarily moved to make room for a shower. A huge bag placed on top with a small hose to control flow of water. This interesting rocky structure is called Shira Cathedral. Kibo, what a view! Our summit involves in climbing to the highest point of Kibo, the third and currently still alive volcano of the Kilimanjaro National Park. Kibo meaning surprise in Swahili language of the Tanzanian people. Kibo always reminded me of a resting elephant. This rocky cave used to house lions in those days. When man started to frequent the mountain, they simply moved on. Climate would constantly change, bringing in mist on and off with periods of rain and bright sunshine. To me, the mist made the volcano more alive and the experience more real. Our third night stay at Moyer Camp, where a surprise finding awaited us, remains of an elephant. At this elevation, only buffaloes are commonly sighted. The mere weight of the elephant will not allow it to climb this far. Kanini, our camping supervisor, he also was extremely entertaining with musical talents and very funny as well. An Alfred Hitchcock moment. The lava tower is 300 feet in height, and some people scale it just for the fun of it. Closest we came to the western breach, currently closed to public for safety related reasons. It looks very ominous. After a nice lunch at the foot of Lava Tower, we are now on our way to the great Baranco Wall to camp for the night. Melted water from the glaciers provide water for all life forms found in the vicinity of Kilimanjaro National Park. Colorful lichens make an ordinary rock into a beautiful work of art. Lobelia is one of the few green plants that seem to thrive in such a harsh, cold condition. They do this by instinctively closing their leaves at night to protect itself from freezing, only to open again in the morning sunlight. This exquisite lobelia in its flowering stage. Notice the purple feather like petals on the very top. Camping by the Baranco Wall. Another challenging climb awaits in the morning. This is a famous plant of Kilimanjaro. A majority of these are found between Shira Camp and the Baranco Camp. This area is known as the Garden of Synesias, and most of the plants are enormous, bigger than people. As part of its survival, the old leaves are never shed but wraps around itself as a natural form of insulation. Climbers are relaxing after climbing the Great Baranco Wall, made more treacherous by light, misty rainfall. On our way to Karanga Valley. Karanga is another name for peanut. The stream from Peanut Valley apparently flows through the national park onto a valley where also a prison is situated. Nearby farming includes peanuts. Part of Kibo is seen again from our Karanga camp. This is where we are heading towards in the morning after a good night's rest. Steep climbing towards the Barafu Camp. Excitement is building up. Mount Meru in the distance again. What a sight! Up and up and up, endless climbing towards the glaciers of Kilimanjaro. Leaving a totally inhospitable Barafu Camp, no water facility carried by the hard-working porters all the way from Karanga Valley, brutally cold with snow, sleet and ice storms, the mood of the group is noticeably quieter, trying to stay warm. In midst of all these, the beauty around me was simply breathtaking, with no pun intended. Standing above the clouds, what a magnificent view. Rejuvenated and getting ready for the hardest task that lay ahead of us. There is Mount Meru in the distance again, playing peekaboo with us. The constantly changing weather allowed for various personalities of the mountain to emerge and astound the audience. The beautiful mountain we see in the distance is Mawenzi, the second oldest volcano in the Kilimanjaro National Park. Stella Point at 19,000 feet. Finally, only 340 feet left to go for the summit. While the two groups of the same outfitter was taking a short rest, I urged Gideon to carry on. I made it. I'm standing at the highest point of Africa, amidst the snows of Kilimanjaro. Thank you, Gideon, for your dedicated assistance in helping me overcome the most toughest climb ever. The infamous glaciers of Kilimanjaro. Heading towards our most difficult camp ever, the crater camp. As part of the unusual weather patterns caused by global warming, Kilimanjaro was experiencing a high degree of snowfall. Combine that with glaciers, I truly experienced what it would be like to camp in the middle of the Arctic. Brrr. It was one of the most unforgettable moments. We were the only ones camping out at about 18,900 feet, totally engulfed by the rawest form of nature. At night, all the clouds parted to make way for a brilliantly lit full moon. Porters are out looking for some fresh water for the camp. Behold in front of us the most spectacular sunrise over Mawenzi, the second oldest and inactive volcano of Kilimanjaro. Well, here's the certification that I have climbed Mount Kilimanjaro successfully, the highest peak in Africa, the Uhuru Peak at 5,895 meters or 19,340 feet on the 2nd of February 2007.
Wageni, wageni, wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata, tunawapenda sana, hakuna matata, tembea pole pole, hakuna matata, upike mti mkubwa, hakuna matata, uende Shirawani, hakuna matata, uende Mwea Camp, hakuna matata, tuende na Baranco, hakuna matata, tufike na Karanga, hakuna matata, tufike na Barafu, hakuna matata, tuende Camp, hakuna matata, tufike pale Summit, hakuna matata. Jambo, jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni, wageni, wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.